Oh, yeah. Let me get my microphone set up. What's going on, folks? Now, before we dive into today's discussion, I want to go ahead and ask you guys a couple questions. And I want you to answer very seriously. What are your goals? What are your aspirations? Have you ever wondered if the seemingly prosperous person, the person that seems to be doing well financially next door, is actually struggling behind closed doors? I mean, they drive a fancy car. They have, all of the latest gear, fresh gear, whatnot, but maybe they're not really doing as well as we think. And there's nothing wrong with that, if that's the lifestyle you want to live. But do you happen to know anybody who's like that? Do you happen to know anybody who's living the good life on the surface, but secretly they're kind of juggling paycheck to paycheck? Have you ever maybe felt the urge to take control of your own financial destiny and maybe thought about starting a side hustle? Maybe you thought about trying to land a higher paying job. Drop you guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. I would love to hear about you guys' experiences, and your experiences could easily be the inspiration that somebody else needs to get going. I was inspired by people as I was growing up, coming up in the game. I was inspired by a lot of people to increase my income, to start a side hustle, to start a small business, a side business, a remote business that would allow me to earn income from wherever I happen to be in the world. By the way, don't forget to hit the like button to help spread this message to those who need to hear it. And if you guys enjoy content like this, do your boy a favor, drop a quick like on the video. And, if you enjoy content like this, consider subscribing to the channel as well. So let's go ahead and get into it today. So we all know that appearances can be deceiving, right? Especially with credit. The banks lend money in the form of credit. You can finance cars. You can access credit through credit cards, loans, and whatnot. Essentially, you could buy the life you can't really afford through credit. And so this is how a lot of people that we see on a regular basis appear to be doing well, but may not necessarily be doing that. So today I want to kind of uncover some of the secrets of those who seem to be financially secure, but may be dealing with some hidden financial challenges. And guess what, guys? Your journey towards financial freedom, it starts right now. I don't care how bad off you are financially, whatever kind of debt you might have, it doesn't matter. As long as you're breathing air, we can always turn that thing around. All right. So did you guys know that as of June this year, like 61% of adults in America admitted to living paycheck to paycheck? Now, this is a substantial number, 61% of Americans. And this spans across various income brackets. And it's a situation that a lot of us can actually relate to. And so, I got another question. Did you guys know that a lot of people are on the brink of literally missing a single payment? Well, a single paycheck could cause most Americans to start missing car payments, to start missing mortgage payments. And this is a significant problem here in America. Now, a big contributor to this financial tightrope, this tightrope walk, is credit card debt. The total credit card debt in the United States has surged to over $1 trillion. And, people often turn to plastic, American Express cards, Visa, MasterCard, and whatnot, to assist them in reaching more for some of the things that they may not necessarily be able to afford today. Some of those things are luxury items, but in a lot of cases, these things are like, necessities, which is kind of concerning. But, the goal here with my community is I want to help more people to get out of that rat race, to get out of that trap. And rich people are, wealthy people, rich people, however you want to call them, millionaires, they teach their children young how to manage money. And that's amazing. That's great. When I was growing up, I didn't have that financial education. I didn't have that financial knowledge like that. I grew up with very loving parents, and they did the best that they could. And they shared with me the greatest information that they could offer. What I did beyond that point was I continued to educate myself and to expose myself with other people who were um, leagues and leagues ahead of where I was financially. Thankfully, I learned a lot from them through lessons that I learned from them and also from observing what they do and also reading tons and tons of books. I mean, some of the notable ones, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Millionaire Next Door, and stuff like that. Uh, the Tim Ferriss book called 4 Hour Work Week, like tons of books. I probably read hundreds of books at this point, studying the habits of millionaires and the things that they teach their kids so that, there's the phrase says, uh, the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer. Well, the problem is that the rich keep getting richer because the rich keep doing the things that made them rich, and then they teach their kids the same thing, and so it creates this perpetual wealth building cycle. And unfortunately, the poor tend to do that in many cases, where the things that make them poor kind of perpetuates the cycle from that respect as well. So anyway, so going back, um, here's the thing, guys. Image and appearances, it plays a significant role, especially here in American culture. And image and appearances cost money. And I'm not saying you can't ever buy anything nice. I think you should. In fact, I like nice things. But when you buy nice things before you can really afford to blow money on that sort of thing, it creates, it kind of makes you a slave to your car. It makes you a slave to the high end handbag. It makes you a slave to the J's, to the luxury items. And many people, they go to great lengths to maintain a particular image. Even if their bank account is otherwise, they invest in luxury items and lavish lifestyles to keep up appearances. But at the end of the day, those things are not increasing their net worth. In fact, they're making their net worth less than what it could be. And many people they carry substantial debt, including auto loans, mortgages, credit card balances. Guys, hit me up in the comment section. Is this resonating with anybody? It looks like we got 8 people on live. Drop me some likes. Let's help to get this message out to more people who could benefit from this information. Yeah, I would totally love to hear more from you guys. Jonas says my goal is not to drive the fanciest cars or wear Louis Vuitton. I want to be able to retire with my parents. Excuse me. I want to be able to retire my parents. That's my number one goal, or at least make them go down to part-time on their jobs. That's a huge goal, Jonas. And I think you can do it. I know you can do it. Jonas also said that I know there's a lot of people around the world that just take loans upon loans to live good for 2 to 3, 4 years. But then after that, reality hits them and then they go bankrupt. Word. True. Ryan James, I see you in the comments too, sir. So yeah, guys, appreciate the love. Keep dropping the likes, keep dropping the comments. But yeah, there's like an appearance obsession, and they tend to focus on outward appearances, indulging in luxury items to maintain their image. And there's also a common misconception that high income equates to wealth, but that's not always the case. Matter of fact, I was just reading a survey that was saying how many people who make well over $100,000 a year are still living paycheck to paycheck. And there was a time where if you were making $100,000 a year, you're balling, you're making a lot of money. But with inflation and the high cost of pretty much everything nowadays, 100 grand a year is not what it once was. But it's still way above what most people make individually on average here in America. But here's some data to back it up. You got Generation X, born between 1965 and 1980. They're carrying an average total debt of $61,000. And as their income rises, so does their spending. And this often leads to this debt accumulation. And the problem is that people start, in a lot of cases, they start making more money, but then they have this lifestyle creep and they keep increasing their living expenses. And so they're not getting ahead. And it's like they're creating like they're creating like some golden handcuffs for themselves, so to speak. And so as you make more money and you increase your lifestyle, now it takes more money to be invested in order to maintain this lifestyle if you're trying to retire. If you ever wanted to stop working, if you keep increasing how much it costs to sustain your lifestyle every single month, it takes a bigger and bigger number to be able to retire, if that makes any sense. But here's the real twist, right? Your path to financial freedom, it starts today, right? Have you ever like considered starting your own home-based business? Like, I want you guys to understand that no matter how old you are, it's never too late. I don't want to hear, oh, I'm 40 years old. I think it's too, if I'm 50, I'm 60 years old, I think it's too late. No, it's never too late. Home-based businesses, they offer a wide range of benefits and income potential. And so, I've met people. As a matter of fact, I met a guy at the gym the other day, the fitness club. He was telling me, gentleman's like 55 years old, and he's been thinking about starting a business for like 12 years, and he finally did it. And he's made $150,000 so far this year, and this is September. So he's got 3 more months to finish this year out. I'm pretty sure he's going to cross $200,000 from a home-based business that he went into a lot of detail with me about, and I was just blown away. And you'd never know it. Dude's driving like a 15-year-old car, not flashy. He could pretty much buy any car he wants, but you would never know. Very humble guy, killing it, making 200 grand on the side in his first year of business, running it from his home. And it's one of those types of businesses that can be run remotely. And it's just amazing that, he's 55 years old and he finally got the courage to actually take some action, and look at the results he's getting. And this is year one. Can you imagine year 2, year 3? Because this business is growing, from what I'm hearing, exponentially. So anyway, have you ever thought of like venturing into the world of home-based businesses? If you are or have thought about this, my question for you would be, what's holding you back? Like, seriously, like, why aren't you starting? So drop me some comments down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking about that. But remember, you guys are always we're always in the driver's seat. We're in the driver's seat of our financial futures, and we should always be prioritizing financial discipline and understanding the difference between income and wealth. And don't let debt hold you back. Your journey to financial freedom is an ongoing adventure, and every decision that we ever make ultimately gets us either closer or further away from our goals. So anyway, if you guys found this conversation a little bit inspiring, definitely hit the like button. Drop me some comments down below. I would love to hear more from you guys. If you guys are enjoying the content, please drop a like for the video, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next one.